What's up? It's your boy Danye BC2, and today we got a video that it went viral and it needs to be talked about because there's this guy. His name's the Smart Guy on YouTube, and I've been seeing some of his videos. He spits a lot of knowledge, and he talks confident. He talks very confident. He doesn't hold back. Um, he believes in his value, and he's for black people. And I feel like this is a video that we need to react to, we need to break down, and we need to have a discussion about. So let's get straight into it.
I mean, I believe this. So,
Right.
but you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah,
You give me
yeah.
your perspective.
Oh yeah, I have one.
Do you feel as if the men, all men, I'm not going to give it to black and white, but let's just say all men for now.
Let's talk black men. I don't.
Alright.
For me, like even with my tour, what I'm doing, right? Like by this time next year, I'm giving out reparations. I'm doing a lot in my community, right? And for black people. I don't care, but I'm talking about black people. My whole message point is for us. Now, when you talk about slavery, right? We talk about systemic racism. We talk about the Willie Lynch letter, right? We talk about, the black man is God, right? We talk about, the greatest soldier in a white man's army being the black woman and the black woman being the pawn. And then they figured out early on through slavery that because they were killing us, right? But they figured out if we get the black woman or we get the whole joint.
Mhm.
Okay. So,
You know why? Go ahead. I want you to explain why, because I think it needs.
but I get to that, but I want to finish the messaging point, right? I like to keep it cohesive for myself. I might forget a lot of information here. So, um, what they did was they made the black woman hyper masculine.
You're giving me a good feel.
All right, so basically, he's saying that to start off the bat, he's basically saying that it was almost planned that they basically used a black woman to keep us in their pocket and to basically manipulate us as a black society because they understood that if they could get to the black women and make them against the man, that basically they can control all of us. And so that's where he basically ended off with saying. So let's see more what he's talking about.
Right? And they made you and me as we're studs. We're gonna be in the field. We're handy, right? Um, and I think, and I'm trying to kind of connect it all because he made a valid point, right? The government empowered black women to strategically move the position of power from the black man,
Remove the power from the black man.
right?
Yeah.
So now the black woman in that instance becomes drunk off this power, and then she has a disdain for the black man, and then it becomes perpetuated over generations. So with slavery, what they did was
Okay, so I mean, I listen. I agree. I agree with him. Especially today's time, like black women, and I said in multiple videos. I feel like black women think that they're better than their men nowadays, and they do have more power. They do have more power in terms of what they can do, in terms of the jobs that they can have and have access to, and just the decisions. When you talk about also just like abortions and how they have the freedom of choice and the man doesn't have the choice of that, and just little things like that, I feel like the power that women got has grown. And I forget who said this before, but the more power that they do get, the more that it seems that they put it on us or start blaming the black men for the positions that they used to be in. But if we sit down and truly have a conversation about it, was black men didn't have power and control to even do that. So why are y'all putting the blame or have this disdain for black men when we never had the ability? I'm talking about slavery and up. We never had the ability, the power to make these changes, to make laws, to have things set in play to go against our own women. But now it's just we live in a time where now women are contributing all the problems to just men in general and not specifically the men that set it up that way. And so he's right in that, man. And I think that needs to definitely be talked about more, is like, women, black men, we didn't enslave y'all. We didn't make these laws that y'all couldn't vote. Like, we had no control over that. So, and take that energy somewhere else.
Was they take us, they call it buck breaking. They do it, gang bangers, rape us, cut our balls off in front of the black woman. And then before they kill the black man, they'll make the black, after they didn't get him dusty, they'll chain him up, right? Look, they'll chain him up, right? They'll chain him up, beat him within an inch of his life, and then unchain him, and then rape and do that to the woman. And then the woman is looking at the man like, come save me. But mentally, he's dead. He doesn't even have no fight in him. So now she doesn't even have no respect for you. You fast forward to this generation, black women don't respect black men at all. And when you understand that, and it's a lot, so I'm trying to make it like simple, right? Because a lot of people, they respond emotionally and not intellectually. And there's no empathy for black men. There's no sympathy for black men. You don't even love black men. You don't even know who we are. You don't give a fuck about us. Pay my bills, eat my ass, and that's it.
Thanks.
Okay? So it's important that black men understand what was done to us and why it was done to us. It's also important that black women understand their position in systematic racism and how they're being utilized to destroy their whole family and their whole community and whole generation. Okay? Now, a black man's role is to be the protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer, and leader.
Man, this guy, he's spitting facts, and he's rattling off things. And you know what's crazy? And when we have these conversations, like, and he talks about how the black man was basically, we're dealing with all these issues, we're dealing with all these problems, we're dealing with even now our women being against us, and how we got to get up out of that and how we got to be better. But every time as a man, and this is why I think we don't get heard enough, or people don't even seem to listen to us, because especially our women, and this is what they do best. When we bring up our issues, they want to bring up their issues. But it's like, no. Let's focus on our issues. If you want to talk about your issues, we'll get to that. But right now, I feel like men just don't have that ability to speak freely, and also have those words that they're speaking have any meaning behind them, because they want to start viewing off in different lanes to problems that they're having, like in terms of women equality, LGBT. I feel like there's so much distractions when you talk about issues with men, that we can't even just sit down and have a solid conversation about one topic and one topic only, and it's the black man. So yes, I feel like a lot of voices has been very silenced, and I think men now are just tired, man. They're tired of it, and that, I think that's another reason why they're not even putting up with it no more, man. But let's see.
I'm a man,
Producer.
protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer.
Producer.
You have your opinion, I have mine.
You're right. I'm just giving it. And producer.
Right. I got
Something is bugging her. What is, like, is she all right? Just her face, and like, you see how he just made that statement, and she gonna put producer, and he's like, well, this is my opinion, and she's like, yeah, well, producer, like that. What did I just tell y'all? These women think they're better than us. That is an example right there. Just because she said something, she think, oh, producer, producer, like, man, let him speak, man. Like, you just want to put your 2 cents in.
Got you. You have what you want to put in, right? And so I'm saying protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer, right? Protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer. A woman's role is wisdom and balance. Okay. Now, the black man gets his provision. He gets his provision, right, from God. And what happens is there's a vibration. It's a lot. So I'm trying to make it simple, right? So how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So when you're around an alpha and you're around and you in that frequency, right? If
alpha what?
Man, Right? And that energy, that frequency.
She ain't know what he was talking about. Trying to be smart. Like, you can just tell, like, moving around, playing with her dress. Like, she is very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.
Right? It can throw some shit off.
Yeah.
Because you're conditioned not to even be around that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you become sensitized, not desensitized. You're very sensitive to that energy. And then now you don't know how to read that energy. You think he's narcissistic. You think, no, he's where he needs to be to take his place. So I feel like black men need to disregard how black women feel about our masculinity and be more self-contained. I don't need you.
Hold up. I feel like that needs to be heard again. And I'm going to talk about this, but this is big.
I feel like black men need to disregard how black women feel about our masculinity and be more self-contained.
That is so fact. And I need to big screen this because we need to talk about this one specifically. Do you know how much times I had conversations with women and I would make a statement or I would say things like, I want to be the leader. I want to be the one that provides. You know what I mean? I want to be able to take on that responsibility. And when I say certain things like that, the first thing they say is toxic. You're toxic. You're why? Because you want to be controlling. You want to be like narcissistic. You're narcissistic. And they throw these words out and like they think that's like going to stop anything, or just because they're calling me these words that I'm supposed to feel some type of way, I'm supposed to stop believing in what I believe. And it's like, no. And that's what he's talking about. It's like, as soon as y'all stop listening to the female in terms of how you should be moving, and if you believe it's true and that's what you're looking around and seeing, and you think that's how, and if you really want to move that way, then move that way. You don't need no people to big you up or to be co-signing with you. Like, no, man, if you feel that way, because that's at the end of the day, and this is the problem too, is women don't know us, but they try to tell us how to think and act and how and what we should do. And it's like, how? I don't sit here and tell you as a woman like what you need to do, or it's not right how you move because of the way, because you're a woman. Like, no, if I tell a girl that I am horny and not horny, but I'm very sexually like active, like I feel like I want to, you know what I mean? Like I'm a hunter. I'm trying to, you know what I mean, get women. It's like, oh, that's weird. Like, oh, you're this, you're that. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, I'm just a man with a high sex drive. Like, I'm supposed to feel bad? You're supposed to tell me I'm not supposed to have that feeling? Like, I'm not supposed to have a high sex drive? Like, no. Like, and that's what I said. Like, yo, I'm telling you, this bothers me because I have these conversations and women try to tell me all day long how I should be acting and feeling. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need your money. I don't need none of that. I'm not sleeping on your couch. Don't give me no keys. I'm gonna get my own. I'm gonna go to God. And when you don't want to fit my program, bye. Go.
Thank you.
You're not needed. You're dangerous. I don't want to bear seed with you. I don't want to sleep with you. I don't want to be your friend. I'm staying away from you. And there's a lot of black women that get it and they love the masculinity that we project. Black men, we project energy. Women receive energy. You see? So now, for the black women who are confused, right? A woman has to lead with 3 phases of love. The first phase of love is informative, right? So she's informing that black man of who he is. She's informing that black man that, yo, look, you get your provision. You're going to be the provider. You're going to be the head of this household. Even if she's Oprah and he's broke, she's going to uplift him through the information. That's the first phase. The second phase is unconditional love. unconditional. She's loving and she's loving, she's loving, she's loving. Then the last phase of love is tough love, accountability. The problem is a lot of our women are conditioned to lead with the
She's not even listening to this guy. She's looking at everything else. Like, she is not listening.
accountability first. And they don't set the table with informative love and unconditional love. See?
Which comes off as disrespect and combative.
All the time.
Yeah.
But again, this is why black men need to be in tune with self. And when that woman is argumentative and she want to talk and every 5 minutes she want to get a word in and she just can't shut the fuck up, let her go. Don't beat on her. Don't catch no cases. Let her go. Like literally let her go.
I like what he says there, man. And a lot of instances that needs to happen. Like, and I tell people all the time, the biggest power a man will ever have in a relationship is the ability to walk away. That is your number one biggest thing that you have access to. If you have that sense of, I don't like how things are going, I know my value and I'm not getting respected, I'm not getting appreciated as much as I want to have, and your ability is to walk away. That's your biggest Uno card. Like, and I think a lot of men get stuck in this mindset that they can't leave a woman. And when you get stuck in that mindset, and if a woman knows that you have that mindset in terms of you don't want to lead a relationship or you're scared to lead a relationship, oh, it's over. You will be getting taken advantage of. That's when the women get fat. That's when the women don't listen to nothing you say. That's when the women starts running the household, is because they know that you ain't going nowhere. They get complacent. They get comfortable. But as soon as they know, if they messing up, not even like just small messes, but like they just acting, doing whatever they want to do, moving however they want to move, getting fat, not making sure that they doing what they got to do in a relationship, and they know that you'll leave if they do that, or that they keep it up, they'll get right. They'll get right every time. But like he's saying, that's just knowing your value. That's knowing how to move. That's appreciating yourself more. All that comes along with it. But as soon as you start getting that mindset and you start really understanding that you are who you are, it's over. Only good things can happen. So listen, to the smart guy, shout out to him. Like I said, I think with the message that he's putting out is a great message and a message that needs to be talked about. And for my women that are offended out there, please don't try to get offended and try to understand first. And like I said, we're talking about male issues right now. If you want to do a female issue video, if you want to do those things, then go ahead and do that. But today and right now in this video, it's about male problems. I don't want to hear about what females go through right now. So yeah, man, if you like the video, please hit that Cash App. Anything would be appreciated. And see y'all in the next one. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm out.